Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to someone else who might like it too. Today, I'm going to give you messages from Spirit. So I have three different stacks here. I have stack 1 with the amethyst. I have stack 2 with the pink amethyst geode. And I have stack 3 with the lapis. So what I want you to do is take your time and pause this video or just, stare at the different stacks and try to figure out which one is calling to you. And then I am going to tell you what the cards mean. Okay? So give yourself a second. Take a look at 1, 2, and 3. And which one is calling to you? You might be drawn to more than one, but which one is calling you the most? So let's start with number 1. So the first card in the stack for number 1 is the beauty card. Let me push it back just a bit so you guys can see it. There we go, the beauty card. So the beauty card is all about taking the time to see the inner and outer beauty that is all around us. So what you want to do is you want to start with inner. You always go inside first. So this card says that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And there are many beautiful things inside of you, many beautiful personality traits. And there are many beautiful things around you, such as right now, a lot of people have like blossoms. People who are in the northern hemisphere have springtime. So there's so much beauty as the tree blossoms and the flowers and those kind of things happen. So the card is asking you to take time to slow down and recognize that beauty. Also, it asks you to look at the radiance that is inside of yourself. It says that it's time now to drop deeply into your own beauty and start to accept and love yourself unconditionally. You, like all of us, have the beauty of the universe within you, and now it's time to embrace it. Likewise, this card has a really, if you take a look right here, you see there are 3 things here. One of them is autumn, and the other one is a crystal. So for autumn, it is saying that even though many of us are not in the season of autumn, it's saying that it comes along with this card because autumn represents self-care, reflection, and preservation. So regardless of what season you're currently in order to find that beauty, in order to find that self-love, then those are the things that the card is recommending that you do. Basically, you're going to be going within to find the balance and to find inner peace. Now, the crystal, I think it's pronounced Eudolite. That crystal is said to assist you with recognizing your self-worth. It also helps you to know your own beauty, and it is associated with self-love. So the first card in your stack is all about finding that beauty inside and around you. Your next card comes from the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, and you have, let me get that glare out of your face. You have glare right now. So you have the Yemen-Ya. Yemen-Ya is the goddess. Well, she's actually your Orisha. That's the actual name that she goes by. And Orisha is similar to a goddess, but it comes from the Yoruba tradition. So this card is actually a very powerful one. The Yemen-Ya card is the traditional moon card from tarot. So this particular card, when you get it, is talking number one about your magic. Are you tapping into your own magic? And that's really interesting to me because in the first card, they talked about self care. And one of the things that we do in our magical traditions are self care rituals. So, the first thing I thought as soon as I saw this is if they're telling you to honor your rituals, to honor your magic, to honor the moon, and to use the moon in your rituals, the first thing I thought about was doing rituals during the new moon, the full moon, for self care, for self love, even. You can write your own self-love rituals, or you can find them online. I saw some really beautiful self-love baths that people like to take. So if I had gotten stack number one, I would be automatically thinking about in what ways I can use my magic to better my life. This card, it also, because Yemaya is here, it has a very strong connection with your life energy. The moon is a very important energy to all of us. A lot of people don't realize it, but once upon a time, we all knew the importance of the moon. Calendars were set up by the moon cycle. We all followed these lunar cycles, and even a woman's her inner cycles. Our cycles often follow the moon. So it is a it's a very beautiful symbol that is a very powerful symbol too, that is connected with women and cycles and the earth. One of the things they talked about in the first card was autumn. Again, cycles. So it seems like one of the very important for you with stack number one, it seems like cycles are going to be very important for you moving forward. Are you coming into a cycle? Are you coming out of a cycle? Do you need something to do as far as your body's phases in a cycle? So those are the things that are associated with the moon card. But then on top of that, which is like amazing to me, you got this card. Let me put it up here for you. What a pretty card. I think I can turn this one front ways. Yeah, I can. Now, with this magnificent card, this one comes from the Moon Women's Shamanic Healing Cards. So I'm going to go to the page because this one actually has something written that I'm going to read to you. I love this particular book. It says here, your womb is like a crystal ball. Within it, buried hidden knowledge of life and of death. Woman's womb and moon's womb are one. Their womb is a temple and home to a trail of countless generations. Their womb is connected to the great emptiness, to high spaces of star seeds, the gates of birth, the gates to life, blessing all lovers and the connectedness to God. Holy blood of the womb, when the blood of the woman's womb shall return to the earth, and the spirit of our souls to the holy waters of our dreams, peace shall come. Amen. Now, I thought this was really profound because you just got the moon card. So for these two cards to come together along with this one here is a very powerful message, because this card is talking about, remember I said the association with the womb and the moon. So when somebody gets this particular card, again, it goes back to your connection with the moon. Sometimes, even in our tradition, people will do a ceremony called drawing down the moon. I recently have been reading and learning more about the power of the moon. We use it all the time, but it seems like our ancient ancestors had a much better understanding of it. So when we get this beautiful card, number 15, is telling us about our connection to the womb, our connection to the moon through our womb. And also it draws me back to the beauty aspect, because remember, this is very yin energy, very goddess kind of energy. Not to say that men don't have their own beauty, but this takes us back. and it takes me back directly to the divine feminine, the beauty aspects, the moon aspects. So if you're somebody who is not in touch with your feminine side, male or female, this is a wake-up call that those energies need to be balanced. We don't just have one or the other. We have balanced energy, masculine and feminine. So if I had got stack number 1, another thing that would scream to me is the divine feminine. So I'm asking also, on top of this, who is your goddess? What divine feminine energies do you invite into your home, into your life? For instance, Mother Mary, Yemaya, Oshun, Kuan Yin. There's all types of these energies, and they may not all call themselves goddesses, but they all represent the divine feminine. So if I was somebody who had stack number 1, that is a very important part of this message. Okay. All right. Those are all 3 of your cards, stack number 1. Now we're going to go into stack number 2. And when I saw this, I was like, this is very interesting. When I saw this morning, I was like, okay. Because I woke up knowing I had to give these messages, and they are so synchronistic that it was scary. So this one here, again, we just came off of the energy of the divine feminine. Now we're getting thrust face first into the divine masculine. And remember, I said men and women have feminine and masculine energy. And the idea that I've been getting for a very long time is that the balance of that energy is very helpful in our day-to-day lives. So this one is like, yeah, are you in touch with your divine masculine, first and foremost? Because this card says that a lot of people who pick number 2, their divine masculine needs some attention. Divine masculine energy is powerful energy. It's the opposite of the yin energy. It's more of a yang energy. And yang energy is all about strength, stability, direction, focus. Not as if women and feminine energies aren't these things, but this is the nature of divine masculine energy. And it asks, are these traits present in your life? Are you being focused? Are you being as powerful as you possibly can be? Are you tapping into your solar plexus? Are you tapping into that direct energy? Are you grounding yourself and allowing yourself to focus? These are the questions that come along with this particular card. The sun is mentioned on this card because the sun is considered to be a masculine energy, whereas the moon from beginning, from our first stack you saw, was feminine energy. So with this person, this card number 2 or person number 2 got this stack, this is the direct opposite of the first stack that we have. This one is definitely the sun's energy, and it's all about bringing life and giving energy and giving a potent kind of energy. Also, it says here, so you can spend time, they call it sun worship, but basically it's just spending time in the sun, sunbathing, things like that. Of course, you know that because of the ozone layer, you have to be careful with the sun, but it's still a very important part of our connection. From what I understand, just from a little bit that I know, the sun is helpful to us. It can be harmful if not used properly, but it can be helpful if we do use it properly. So you get certain vitamins from the sun if you stay out for a certain amount of time. So this card is saying, have you been going outside? Have you been getting some sun? Have you been getting some air? A lot of us, the answer would be no, because I think a lot of us have been more stationary in the past couple of months since, the illness that will not be named. So the other part of this card is the Helidor. Heliodor. I think it's Heliodor. Heliodor is actually a crystal that I do not have. It aligns your divine masculine. It promotes strength and power, and it also assists with focus and stability. Another thing that people use for this is a Shiva Lingam. A Shiva Lingam is a stone that I also don't have. I just ordered one, and it helps with these same things, specifically the divine masculine energy. So let's take a look at your next card. 8 of Pentacles, right? Yeah, that's the 8 of Pentacles, the learner. Now, this card is saying, remember we talked about direct action and focus? Well, the 8 of Pentacles is about somebody who is taking direct action and focusing on something that they're working on. So those of you who are out there, they're telling you to use, let's come over some. There we go. They're telling you to use your divine masculine energy on your projects. So this could be learning a new trade. This could be, building something. This could be anything along those lines. This person in the picture is a learner. They are being taught maybe an apprenticeship, and they are learning how to do something. And you're going to use that masculine energy, that direct, that focus energy to be able to learn this and to make or create whatever it is that you're choosing to make or create, whether it be a home, a business, a family, a book, whatever. They're telling you to focus that energy. And this card, let me see. The circle cards are not easy to stand up. I think the last time I might have put it in a different position. Let's see if this helps us, guys. This might help. Okay. Okay, there we are. All right, this beautiful card, also from the Shamanic Moon Women's. Let's take a look and see what they give us in the guidebook. The guidebook says that this is card number 20, and it represents the cauldron process. So again, creation, making something. So in this one, you're making, in the first one, it says you can make anything. And in this one, you can make anything too. But they also gave us a beautiful poem that I'm going to read. Make yourself a warm nest, some good earth, few tree branches, and light a fire. Sit within the center of your being where your power lies. Bring a big pot and a mixing spoon. Pour various elements into it. Multicolored powders, whispered words. Sing a few songs in your vat of wonders. Stir in your heart's direction, desires, full of light. Understand that everything is a process that requires trust, belief, patience, hope, and perseverance. These are the secrets of the gifts that lead to great love and the creation of a new reality. So this card is piggybacking off of both of the beginning cards. First of all, we have the power. Where does your power lie? And the masculine card was talking about tapping into your divine masculine power. Then it talks about the creation, and it's telling us that in order to learn how to make these things, how to create, you must trust, believe, have patience, hope, and perseverance. All of these are going to be extremely important if you're attempting to, not even attempting, we're doing it. These are extremely important if you are creating, okay? So those beautiful cards are stack number 2. So you see how different the first one was, all about the feminine energy. Now we have a strong masculine energy. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, this is really cool. This is a great message. Now we're going to take a look at this one. This is very different. This one is actually talking about dance, as you can see here. Dances and rattles. And when I was reading about it, I thought it was very interesting because what it said in the guidebook is that you need to dance. And I was like, really? Okay. Like, all right. It says here that dance It's considered to be a powerful ritual in itself. It helps with your personal power. Again, we have this drawback to power and tapping into your power. It also helps with spiritual connection. It was often utilized in ceremonies, and it helps to cleanse the mind, body, and spirit. This card says to put on some music and dance. Go into a euphoric state of consciousness, which will open your heart and your chakras and your energy fields. It says, especially if you feel stuck in your life, this is a great time to use the medicine of dance. So our ancestors didn't just use dance for entertainment purposes. They actually used it for ritual and to awaken. So they said if you feel stagnant or if you feel something, like you're not moving or sluggish, it says here to get up and shake your body. Now, one of the items that our ancestors and contemporary people too use very often with dance is the rattle. So they're recommending here that you get or make yourself a rattle. Rattles are very easy to come by. A lot of different cultures use them in music. I've seen them in Mexico. I've seen them in Puerto Rico. I've seen them also in Costa Rica. So I'm sure a lot of different places, a lot of different people use the rattle. So they recommend, even in ancient Kemet, now that I think about it, they had a rattle. And in the Yoruba tradition, they had a rattle. So it says here that the rattle actually invokes the spirit. It awakens your ancestors. It awakens your own spirit. And this is a way of getting yourself up and getting your vibration up. They recommended the crystal to use the boulder opal. I don't have a boulder opal yet. I gotta find one because it says here the boulder opal will also help to invoke the spirit of joy, play, and dance. It helps to awaken the spirits and ancestors, and it facilitates a trance-like state. So again, it piggybacks off that energy that you're going to be getting from the rattle and from the dance itself. Let's see your second card. Let's move this over. Your second card right here is the Two of Blades. This is a card about using your wits. This is a card about thinking, being sharp-witted. The blade itself is representational of the sword. The sword is air. Air represents the intellect and knowledge. So this card, it says the Chinese goddess of perfect intelligence, Mu, is over this card. And it says here, this is a card of rational thought, mental agility, and figuring things out. So for those of you who got this card, they're saying that there is something going on in your life that might require some mental gymnastics, actually. But they're telling you that you can figure it out if you just detach from emotion and use your logic and your wit as best as you possibly can. This card is all about tapping into your wits and using logic. Very Aquarius energy, because that's something that Aquarius and other air signs are very known for, sometimes even criticized for. Now, the last one here, this beautiful card, let's take a look. We're going to get the guidebook for this one too. I think, look at that. So we can see from just looking at it, it has some type of connotation with dance. And you've already gotten the dance card. So they're piggybacking off of that energy. But for this one, they gave us a beautiful song. Moon dancer, merge your spirit with the light. Dance for the people. Moon dancer, spread the depths of your wings. Your heart is strong. Sing your song. Drums beat like thunder when you dance across the sky. We stand with hearts aroused by the gifts you give us. Moon dancer, oh moon dancer. Merge your spirit with the roots of life. A prayer for peace. Do pray for peace. Pray for the younglings we brought to the world. that they shall find their way. Moon dancer, merge your spirit with grandmother moon. Dance for your tribe and dance for our tribe too. O moon dancer, that all hearts will be as one. Like when we dance with you, like when we dance with you, O moon dancer. So in this card, we also have the dance as ritual kind of the concept, but we also have the drumming in the center, as you can see in the picture. So this tells, like, if I was back in Philadelphia, I would be trying to find a drum circle, you know. But for those of you who you might even have your own drum. I had a drum at home. But this card is all about feeling that rhythm, dancing, you know, that kind of thing. And many of us have not done that for a long time because many places like that have been closed, depending upon where you live at. So I would say if you got number 3, dance and music is definitely going to be something that's going to help you with your vibration. Allow yourself to explore. When I bought my first drum, I was like, what am I going to do with this drum? So I would just sit with it and I would just bang on it, basically. And when I was angry or frustrated or any kind of feeling that was really strong, I would sit there and play my drum, you know? And also the concept of dance is here. Let yourself get into a frenzy. Dance around your apartment. Dance around your room. This isn't like fancy spancy. You don't have to go find a drum circle if there isn't one available. You can do this right in your room. Put on your favorite song and allow yourself to dance. Because it seems like this person, whoever picked stack number 3, whatever this is right here, this mental logic, whatever you're figuring out, I feel like it has you in your head a lot. And this is asking you to come out of your head and come into your body. So this may seem like, why would I want to do that? But I guarantee you, if you're stuck in your head, dancing and coming into music will help you to shift that vibration. And for a lot of us, it's going to make us feel better. Even if we are working through something, it won't help to take a little break to listen to some music and do a little dance. All right, guys, these are the messages from Spirit. Thank you for checking out this video, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.